Hi, today we're going to work on how to do what is called a PICO search. I'm going to write out what exactly I would do to strategize for a PICO search before I even began using the tools such as CINAHL or PubMed to complete my PICO search. So let's go ahead and talk about the PICO. So we have the P right here. We have the I, which is the intervention, the C, which is a comparison, and the O, which is the outcome. Let's look at a hypothetical patient who is a PEDS patient with, let's say, CP, or cerebral palsy. Let's say the intervention is we're looking to see what's going on if we would give them some physical therapy. The comparison is doing nothing, and the outcome might be increased mobility. The first thing I would do is, let's go ahead and give these some different numbers here so it's a little bit easier. So I would say this is search term 1, 2, 3, and 4. We've got going on here. So what I might do is I would identify some good search terms to start with, some broad search terms. So I would say that cerebral palsy is a pretty good search term there, so CP. And I would say another good search term would be PT. So what I might do is search for everything that's been tagged with cerebral palsy and physical therapy. So I might get down and get, say, 500 results, which is pretty good considering that you probably would get thousands of results if you search for just cerebral palsy, or thousands of results if you search for just physical therapy. But 500 results is not good enough for me because I don't want to search through 500 results. So what I might do then is I might say, all right, let's take a look at the outcome. Increase mobility. And I might search those results and see what I got there, and might find that I might get 100 results. So I would get all of the papers that have been tagged with cerebral palsy, physical therapy, and are about increased mobility as an outcome. Now 100 results is a pretty good number. It's way better than the thousands of results we might get from cerebral palsy or physical therapy, but I want to get even better than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to narrow it down even more, and I'm going to take a look at over here and say, let's see what happens when we increase and search PEDS patients. So we're going to have what's called a filter over here. And I'm going to say I'm looking for all the things that are PEDS related. So I have 100 results here, but I'm going to say give me all the ones that are PEDS only, which is great. And that might get me down to 25 to 50 results, which is awesome, which is way better than going back here and getting 500 results, excuse me. So what we did here is we started broad. Let's go write out our search terms again here. So I have CP, PT, increased mobility, and PEDS. So I started broad here, and I got narrow, which is great. So when I increased my search terms and I had cerebral palsy and PT, I might have gotten 500 results here, and then I increased and did mobility, and I might have gotten down to around 100 results, and then I got even further down here, I got to PEDS, and I got around 25 results, which is great. Sometimes if you add too many search delimiters, you might end up down here, and you'll get 0 results, which is okay. It just means you need to get less specific and go back up here. So like I said before, we want to start broad and then get narrow. And this is kind of a basis for how I would start and diagram out a PICO search before I even started looking at using CINAHL or PubMed. I recommend the next video you would search is, depending on which search engine you're going to use, either CINAHL or PubMed, use the appropriate video for that. Thanks.